All right, this is Shweta.off. Which Bollywood movie offer she rejected and then that movie was hit?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Did you reject any film for whatever reason and that movie went on to become a hit later?
Uh, no, not really. That hasn't happened. That I rejected a film and that's become a hit. Usually the films that I didn't do a character. When the character doesn't have a big role or whatever. But secondly, I wouldn't talk about the films that I haven't been a part of or I've said no to because I think it's unfair.
Okay, this is Kriti underscore admirer. If you get offers from Hollywood, would you like to do a movie?
Oh, definitely. I think for me, I always feel like language and where you're working doesn't matter. If I get a great script, if I get a great opportunity, I would definitely want to try it. Though I'm someone who's grown up watching Hindi films, and I actually started watching English films once I decided to become an actor, and I moved to
Oh,
Mumbai. So I've actually, yeah. So there are so many English films that are supposed to be like cult films, and I haven't seen. So there are times when it gets becomes a bit embarrassing that being an actor, I haven't seen this. But I never used to watch English films when I was in Delhi. So for
right.
most of my life, I've only seen Hindi films because that was how my family was. That was the friend circle I had. So, but now if I get a really really cool offer, I would definitely want to try.
All right, this is Dilara in Germany. Dilara from Germany. Which actress
Hmm.
does she look up to? Who is a role model when it comes to acting? Who's the actress that you look up to, and do you have any role model in acting?
I don't think you can have a role model to be honest because then you end up start then you end up acting like that person, which shouldn't happen. There has to be some originality, there has to be something of your own that you put in. So it's not like I follow someone, but obviously in Hollywood, Meryl Streep is someone who is brilliant and beyond brilliant. And I've been a fan since I've started watching English films in general. Here I personally feel uh, Priyanka Chopra is someone who I really admire as an artist and also a personality. I think uh,
Okay.
the way she is, the way she conducts herself, the way she speaks, the way she's not really set any boundaries for herself, and she's really conquered all boundaries, I would say. At the age of 17, winning the crown, and then having that confidence and moving on to conquer Hollywood, and she wanted to sing, so she started singing. So there were no like do's and don'ts, and she followed her path. And sorry, I'm getting a call.
Right.
And also, she's someone who's very, very hardworking, I feel, and very ambitious. And those are traits that I personally admire.
Okay. This is K. Kumartik. Will we ever see her in an action movie? Actually doing the action.
Oh, I would love to. In fact, I have been trying to find, sorry, Faridoon, some unknown numbers like constantly calling. What to do? Yeah. So to be honest, I would love to do an action film, and I think it's something that I would be able to carry off also well, probably because of my height and my body type. Um, I enjoyed doing action, little bit of action, whatever I did in Panipat. The sword fighting sequence is one of my favorite parts of the film, and one of the parts where I knew that I was really enjoying it, and it was a little bit of sword fighting. It was not too long, but I realized that it's something that I really have fun with and something that I can do. And if I train, I had not even trained for that properly. So if I train well, I'm sure I will be able to explore a lot more than that. So yeah, if something like a Kill Bill comes my way, or I always love the film of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And actually, I told Tiger also once. was like, I think you and I should do Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I would love to do that with you.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Kriti. Okay, I already asked her question too. But it's a good question. I'll take it once again. This is Kriti underscore admirer. What is your role in Bachchan Pandey movie?
How can I tell you that right now? It's too soon. It's too soon for me to reveal the role, but I can say that it's something very, very cool. And it's something that I haven't done in a very long time. And also, uh, from what I see, even in terms of styling, it's going to be very different. I have been a part of a lot of films which have been more small town character. But here, for a change, I play someone who's more urban, belongs to Mumbai, and that's all I can say right now.
Okay, this is Sidi Mohammed Jamila 56. Who's her female crush of this generation? Do you have a female crush?
I don't have crushes like that, but every time I see Kareena Kapoor, I'm like, God, she's so pretty. So I think she's someone who I really, really have a girl crush on. I've told her also. And I think everything about her ada, the way she talks, the way she acts, everything about her. It sort of oozes, uh, uh, you know, a star-like quality, I would say.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
This is wishy film recommendations during lockdown and tips to work on acting, direction, and skin. Any
Oh
recommendations
God,
that
too
you
many
can give
tips.
for
Means
lockdown and tips on acting, diction, and skin?
acting, what diction?
Acting, diction, and skin.
Oh, I don't think I can. I think one and only tip that I would want to give about acting is that firstly, find your own process, find what works for you as an actor. Um, Try and react as much as possible and not preempt and pre-plan things. That's what we sometimes end up doing as actors because we know the dialogue so well that we know what's going to happen. So as much as you would be in the moment and surprise as the character, that'll help. So I think just action reaction is something that I really believe in. Um, Diction, I think just um, speak a lot more in Hindi, I would say, because and to people who know Hindi, because most of the people, sorry to say, in Bombay, the Hindi is a little tuta puta, and I end up sometimes realizing that I'm not talking in the right language, So talk to people who know Hindi very well and try and converse a lot in Hindi, and maybe even read if that helps you, and also try and speak slowly. This is coming from someone who speaks really fast. So this is something that I also try to work on. Um, and skin, I would say, your skin is what you eat, to be honest. So make sure you eat right. Make sure you wash your face well with a mild cleanser. Make sure you're using a sun protect, which I think is very, very important. Even these days, when you're at home, also, it's important to use a sunblock because that is something I swear by completely.